Chilling out here with me and my friends. And friends.
Actually,
Strum
what an
kit.
exercise you've just done. It's actually not a lot.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not at all, bro.
But yeah, man, interesting morning.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we're missing somebody.
Yeah, it's only the two of us
It's only
today.
the two of us today. Calvin is busy on an aeroplane somewhere,
Yeah, man.
making his way to some part of the world.
Making that money.
Making that money. Bro, let's see. What are we on? We're on the 24th of January. Shucks. How many weeks in?
It should be like 3 now, eh?
It's at
1,
that
2,
point
3.
where you start guessing. Would see when you see people, do you still say Happy New Year, or when you type an email, you say?
If I haven't seen someone in a
someone
while,
tried to
man,
say
I still say it. If I haven't seen you in a while, yeah, I just say, Happy New Year. How you
Bro,
doing?
I tell you, I give it a deadline. End of Jan.
Yeah, I know. End of Jan now.
End of Jan.
Ah.
If I see in February and I last saw you last day,
the
it
train
what
is
it
moving. We're
No,
going now.
it is what it is.
Nah,
End
we're going.
of Jan, it's done. Emails in person on WhatsApp. Yeah, kind of about compliments of the season.
Yeah, I know too. I was actually thinking there's someone that I wanted to like message, and I was like, now I gotta say Happy New Year, excited for the year, what we're gonna be doing. Da, da, da. Then I'm like, you know what? Nah, man. Let me just leave it. If I leave it, by the time we do have a conversation, it would have been not long in the year. But
So what you're trying to say is that you didn't message them simply because you didn't want to say that.
yeah. I was like, guys, when we do talk, it'll be like, yeah, let's talk business. It won't be like Happy New Year, how's the year going, and we'll be
That's
done
actually
with that.
mean, bro.
No, it's not mean. They never text
To you to either text, have a conversation, or invite them to things, but they never do the same, and they get hurt when you don't.
That happens a lot.
Like what? I'll be honest. That also happens to me. Like where people like this person is hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yeah.
like, but you never invited me to nothing. Like
Nah,
you never
man, that-
texted me for like how were you like?
Nah, that
But
happens
you
a
know, I
lot.
was really hoping I was gonna get an invite, and I was like, what?
I mean, I would say if you don't get invited a lot, but you feel like you're always inviting like someone to certain events, I'd say that's more on my side, where you feel like, hey man, I'm always inviting this person, but like when they're doing stuff, I'm not invited. What's going on?
Is this in the dance community, or is this just life in
Everywhere,
general?
bro. I think everywhere. Like it could be in dance, it could be like you're hosting a session or something. It could be you're hosting a workshop. It could be that you're having a party. It could be something cool that's happening and you're attending. Like, what I didn't say no more. I'm gonna write it down now. I'm gonna be like, okay. You've invited me twice.
Wait,
this
you're
year,
gonna go back to the
so
old
I'm-
verb.
Yes.
You're gonna go back to the list.
You've
verb.
invited me twice today, so this year. So now I'm gonna choose. Okay, I'm gonna invite you to the pride. Then I'm gonna invite
How do you think normal people handle those dynamics?
I don't know.
Or go to like, okay, this person, I invite them to all my things and nah. But every time when there's a special life event, you look at the people around them and you're like, okay, shooty. It's like,
Hey man,
because it's different in business. So in
it's
things
similar.
that are,
It's similar to that thing. I think it's similar to that other letter thing we had. You remember the letter we had?
from last week.
Yeah, I think it's kind of that, where most of the time when events happened, that's when you see where the relationship or friendship is. You know?
Do you think there's people that you are close with? You know those people that you're close with? You don't speak all the time, but when you get the opportunity to speak, you just pick up from where you left off. Do you think there's people like that you forget to invite? And you realize after, oh shucks, we're actually good with this person. It's just that either because of distance or just, I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah, it happens.
life, and you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
actually should have invited them, and I just realized, Uguti, I didn't.
And when you have a wedding, that's when that's when you realize that, oh crap, you know. But I think the fact that some of them maybe didn't even know that you would be getting married, that's when you know whether, and it's not that you're not friends,
100%, no, 100%.
but it's just that your guys' relationship is like that. There's too many gaps in between, you know. And
Okay.
when something is happening and it's like and it's either it's important or it's stressful, it's very hard for you now to like think about the person that you haven't spoken to in like 2 months, 3 months,
I
you
get
know,
you. I
and
get
be
you.
like, hey, come through. Yeah, I think it's just based like you guys said last week. It's based on relationships, man. Gets on the
Yeah.
relationship, on the contract, what kind of contract you guys have, you know. And also the best way to kind of like remember someone is if someone is actually inviting you. That's what I think. Like if you're always inviting me for like lunch or something, you know what I mean. By the time if we going somewhere and I'm like, hey man, let's go have lunch. Let's have lunch with someone. The person that's gonna come to mind will be you. You know,
Okay, I get
you
you. It's
know.
like, oh yeah, hey, come spend by any type of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go do lunch. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Or
happens.
braai, or if kukhona umsebenzi, and I know that I've attended umsebenzi kini, and by the time I have umsebenzi, when I think about my friends, I'll be like, hey man, like yeah, this person actually invited me to their houses one time, and let me hit you up, come through, you know?
All right, no, that's true. That's interesting. I think in this day and age that happens a lot, but I think people just react differently, and also that can stir up something. Like some people will be like very extra in their reaction. Oh, but I thought you were this, and na 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 na. And like I know, we've had an instance of people maybe where we know they're having something. We you know what humbled us was
Yeah.
our wedding.
Yeah.
Our wedding, I think our wedding humbled us and gave us grace to realize because it's not always that people don't want to invite you. Sometimes it's just capacity.
True. Wait. So you mean like from your experience, from
From
you
yes, so
planning,
yes,
from
yes,
you guys
yes,
planning it?
from the experience with my wife and I, that humbled us because it was either during or just post during. I don't know what was the level in terms of lockdown, and we were on a budget. We just really wanted to get married. We were really just on a. So we know so many people, but we had such a limited amount of people that we could invite
Yeah.
because it was more just about us getting together and doing things before God. That gave us grace for whenever we see events and things that someone else is hosting and that we can't go to. So we literally, if we even if we're not invited, we actually buy a gift and we send it through because
Yeah.
of our experience.
'cause,
That
yeah.
we understand. Nope, it's not always that you can't. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people, because they haven't faced that, they get offended more than they do show grace. It's not always that you're not like people always want to just jump to the first conclusion of you're not invited. Sometimes it's not always that. Sometimes it's a financial thing. So like it could be a lot of
Yeah.
circumstances
Okay. What if it's someone that you invited to your wedding then?
that didn't invite me.
Yeah. What if it's someone that you invited to your wedding when they're at your wedding and then when they get married they don't invite you?
I think a part of it it would be a bit of house one man.
Would you still send the gift?
Might, yeah. We also learned something. We also in the last year or two, we learned that sometimes the circle that you put someone in is not the circle that they put you in.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes it's for the good. Like sometimes we got invited to weddings and we were like, huh? Us? And you're right, it's a limited amount of people.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know we're friends and I know, but us. Then we're like, oh, okay. So it gave us a wake up call. Uti. Sometimes some people put you in a circle that you didn't realize. Uti. They actually value you enough to invite you. Like I think that happened to us. I think about 3 times already.
Yeah.
Quite some weddings you've been. Then we get there like, huh? Tina, and you look around and you realize no, there's not a
Yeah,
lot
like hey, boo.
of other people. Like you made it to a. Then you realize that's when also we get a wake up call. Oh shucks. Okay, we need to invite these people. We need to have lunch. We need to invest.
But is it not now? This don't feel like I'm attacking you.
No,
now,
no.
Right?
We need to. Let's
but
open it up.
is this not because of the way maybe you guys have communicated with these people to make them feel like that Uti, they are in that circle?
I think
Because the thing is, because here's another thing, like
yeah,
if it's someone that you're not normally spending time with or you make time for, right? You say you do make time for this person or these people and you sit down. Let's say it's a couple. Let's make an example. Let's say it's a couple.
Yeah.
You make time to see this couple. You make time to spend some time with them. You ask them about life. You're basically sharing life with this couple. You'll see each other maybe every other 3 weeks or something every month, like once or twice a month. You know, there's a certain level of investment that you're putting into the Luntuzana, to this couple.
Yeah.
Which with what I'm just said, I feel like is quite a very serious relationship.
That is.
You know, and now to be, but for you maybe it's like you just connecting.
Yes, but in those contexts, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was like, for example, for one context, it's a thing of Uguti. We recently met, values align. Told to maybe my wife is getting to know, the potential bride.
Yeah.
Maybe they know each other from a certain space, and then maybe one day like, oh yeah, no, let's do breakfast. And so it's not like we've been talking for a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so and then in a space of time, it's like, hey guys, we're inviting you to Mbiwe. Yeah, members. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
think, so it's one of those things where it's like, because whenever we connect to almost with anybody, it's always from a genuine place. If it's less no sense on the time, we're gonna be interested in them in
Yeah.
that time. It's less now, even after nan. Okay, that's obviously a different circle because that's our inner circle. But umaz
Yeah.
we are gonna be interested in them nan. Maybe at the time it's not an inner circle thing, but that doesn't mean we also not gonna be genuine in the conversations that we're having. We're
Yeah.
actually gonna get to know them. It's not gonna be a thing of we're just passing time type of thing. So I think sometimes certain connections happen quicker, and also because of the age we're in, we're not in like the age where people are like now. No, just buy a coffee of everybody sitting together. You're like, okay, these people think a certain way. They have certain values, morals, beliefs. Okay, we don't come across people who are just maybe as open-minded or
Yeah.
whatever the case is, and that just want a good life, a good family, So I think sometimes it happens quicker, but it hits either party. Maybe the moment there's an invite of something intimate, and it's like, oh, it's not that
Yeah.
you want genuine, but it's like just a
Yeah, I
familiarization.
think, man, like people just genuinely, number one, there
Mhm.
isn't, especially in our age, it's not easy to make friends. It's not easy to build new relationships.
Yeah.
So as soon as
Quick one.
you,
On that note,
yeah,
do you think it's not easy because of the type of people you're looking to make friends with?
yeah,
Or do people who say that are a certain type of people?
opinion,
Let's say, for example, your type of friends are people that just party and go out all the time.
yeah.
I think it's easy to find friends like that.
True and not true. True in a sense of to be around people that just do that, it's easy. But to
Okay.
be friends with people like that, I don't think it is that easy. If it's just like, okay, we're just going out, then yeah, and that's where it ends. But if you're trying to build a friendship that includes the fact that we go out, but there's also plus this, plus that, plus Christmas we together, plus New Year, plus you need your birthday, sure. Like plus assisting each other, then I think it doesn't become easy because someone can be great in terms of us when we're having fun out, but when we're sitting down, when we're having conversations, hey, this person is out here thinking about monkey shoulders, monkey. so it's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
I feel like
okay.
that's where the issue is. But yeah, like I think it is difficult because of, again, like the kind of conversations you want to have, and also trust. For me, that's the biggest thing, man.
Trust.
It's trust. For me, it's the biggest thing.
Also, okay, quick one on that. Do you think people also often say, "Guti, it's hard to make friends," because even when they try to make friends, they're not open. They're always on the defense, and they're so used to telling themselves that it's hard to make friends that they also believe that. So instead of when I meet Verb, I'm open
Yeah.
to just having a conversation with him. I'm already coming into the conversation with the thought of it's hard to make friends. And I believe that so much that even if you are a potential friend,
Yeah.
I live in that corner so much because sometimes, yeah, I feel like sometimes people just say that, but then when you're like, but that person seems genuine. Let's say, do you think that's the case?
Nah, man. I honestly just feel like it's easy to like, for example, every time we get here to record, there's this guy that always greets me and stuff. I think we exchange names once. forgotten his name, right? But we always like, hey, and he seems like a cool guy. Like he seems like a cool guy. It's easy to build that kind of a thing and make it into something. Make it into a, hey man, like tomorrow, next week I might be here early. Like let's meet up. Like what? Oh, where are things happening? Like, hey man, I'm looking for a place where I can socialize. You know what I mean? It's easy to build that kind of a conversation, and it leads to let's meet up somewhere. Oh, these are my friends. Oh, these are your friends. Then next thing you're hitting it off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's easy. When I say that it's hard to make friends, I'm talking about like a genuine relationship with someone. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's what that's what I feel like people when people say it's hard to make friends, that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that it's hard for me to make a friend that I can call whenever I can call and have a conversation. Not about
not gonna judge you.
not
It's
about
gonna
asking.
listen to you.
Yeah, give me
be
some good
interested,
advice if
give
I
you
need advice. If they can't give advice, they're just
but they
listening.
they listen.
If I'm crying, they're crying with me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's what, and a lot of people long for that. If people are not in like serious relationships, they're longing for someone that
Do
they
you
can
think
actually
people
have a
know how
conversation.
to make friends? I'll tell you why. UKG.
Yeah.
UKG no Lerato. I remember UKG. Okay, I'm at a coffee shop. There's a guy called Ubongani. They're having a meeting. Ubongani, I think we followed each other on Instagram. He comes, he greets me. Hey, come on, oh, Ubongani, yes, okay, I remember you. Oh, hey, cool
Yeah.
guy, genuine guy. But UKG, I didn't meet him. Uke is the pana. Ubongani says, hey, UKG, you know, one of the pastors wants to meet you. One of the friends wants to meet you. I'm like, I know, easy game. Yeah, no. I ask him what type of a person is he. I just the usual things we do. We do our background.
Yeah.
What type of person, genuine person, is a person of an attitude. That's all it is. That's all we want to know. He says no. Showcase genuine person. Okay. I think a week later, 2 weeks later, I meet to KG. KG's from Joburg. Has a lot of work friends, but not a lot of friends. In KZN with his wife. But by now, Bangan. So I meet him for coffee. Hey, bro, how are you? Hey, nani. Part of the conversation is like, hey, you know what? I actually spoke to Ubongani before, you know, we met, whatever. And he was telling me, Wuti, you're just asking what type of person I am. To him, because it's a principal person, it's like, hey, bro, I actually appreciate that, bro, because it shows that you invested in knowing the person you're going to meet.
Yeah.
Like, okay. For me, that took me back. Okay, that's interesting. He's cool with that. Okay, fine. And the next thing he was, hey, bro, you know what? I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm hoping to build a friendship. I've seen what type of person you are. I've seen what type of person your wife is, and I'm hoping that I'm consciously saying it straight up as we're having our coffee. And Uguti, I'd really like to bring some form of friendship or brotherhood, you know, with you. So that took me back, and I'm like, how many people do you think meet up with somebody and we guys, we two gents.
Yeah.
Meet up with somebody and be like, hey man, to be straight up, the reason why I'm calling you for this coffee is because usually, like the way we became friends is we had a common love for things. Then as it's cutting and practicing together, we realize, oh, okay, then we love more things together.
Yeah.
Then and the things we both don't like, we laugh about. Then we developed a brotherhood. Then we struggled together, so that the bond.
Yeah, built. But that's what I'm saying. That it's. I feel like not a lot of people will do that.
But do you think that's why maybe they don't find friends? Because they're not upfront in their meeting up. And umuntu mhlambe asho would say, you know what I mean? Hey, get right to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he also did a background check on you. Am I right? I mean, like before he wanted to meet up with you, I'm sure he also did his own.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High chance not everybody does that. That's another thing. I feel like not everybody is doing that. Like everybody is trying to. Yeah, man. Everybody is just trying to. People will rather stick to themselves and do what they're doing, other than now go out and try and connect with somebody that might even just mess up your life or might just mess up your thing, whatever that's going on in your life.
But doesn't that go back to that whole context of it's hard to make friends? So you end up attracting people that are.
Yeah, I think that's no. So rather you just say it's hard to make friends and not even engage in it. No, I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
But
with
isn't that a risk? Okay, yeah.
I go on the line of like I don't mind meeting people. Like I don't mind associating myself with people and like finding out about people like because I do have an interest in just learning about how people live, how people do things. That always kind of opens me up a little bit, opens up my mind a bit. Oh God,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
some people think like this. Oh, some people live like this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for me, that is cool. Like I don't mind having that kind of a relationship with people. Like, but in a sense of like a friendship, hey man, it's very it's very for me it takes a lot. Hey,
No, I
it
know
takes
that.
a lot.
No, I know that.
Yeah, it takes.
I
a
know
lot.
that about you. Guti.
For
if,
me,
if you bring somebody to something and you're like, yeah, this, it's like,
but
yeah.
nalapho, how many times? Like can you even think of? I mean, I feel like the only friend that I've ever introduced to you guys that didn't know was Usil.
I'm quiet because I'm trying to think of someone else.
Exactly. And that's like my childhood friend. You know what I mean?
Childhood friend that continued to be the brother.
Yeah. Like it's a lot of things. I think for me, I'm the kind of person that makes things. I just want things to organically happen, so that I have the control of. Let me not push anymore. Let me just stop.
No. I
you know?
agree with that, and I
Yeah.
think in most cases, it has to be organic.
Yeah.
Even though the intention was there, would say, hey, this is the intention, but just because the intention is there, it doesn't mean that now we must force ourselves into it. No, it must
Yeah, it
happen
must still-
organically. We want to go to Muto. Like, I know for us, one of the things that we think is a big deal is who do we introduce to our core group of people.
Yeah.
Like we really qualify Abantu Guti. Okay, if we're hosting this and we're inviting Abantu, it's because we know Guti, even though you might not know that person, but that person shares the same beliefs, and it's someone else as you we can trust them with
Yeah.
everybody who's in the room.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I feel like, hey, the thing is about like, because a lot of people now judge off your social media, judge off like like the kind of person that. Sometimes it's not the kind of person you say you are, but it's just the way people have painted you to be.
And people pay.
Yeah.
That's why the qualifying criteria is there.
Yeah.
Like besides a few people that I've mentioned, there's also plenty more that have, because of the social media and whatnot, oh yeah, I want to get to know you guys.
Yeah.
But then after
And
you
it's
say
like-
them, it's like
and
it's
then you-
genuine, it's cool, but it's like
Actually,
it's
like
just-
umuntu sometimes will create the kind of person that you are in the head.
and in most cases that's what happens.
And-
And we avoid that
Yeah.
by all means.
And it's gonna be sad when you get disappointed. So
No, it is.
So
It
that's
is.
for me.
It
That's
is.
that's always the issue. It's like,
Yeah.
hey man, like
Like you'll see us and you'll think my wife is all hyper all the time. Only to find that she also likes the
She's
space. And
just
she's very
chilled.
quiet.
Yeah.
She's just chilled.
there's days where she is, but
Yeah,
like,
there's days when she sees people, she's like,
but also when she's
why are we
chilled,
not
it's not
together? It's just
because like
it's not because anything is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just who she is. She just likes the space, being quiet, chilling, and now you're gonna be like, this
Yeah,
is not
true.
the moment. You know?
True.
And
Yeah,
then
and-
now your expectations are gone now. Now we fake. Who's better at making friends, you or Tans?
I am actually. Surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, I am.
That is
Would you-
surprisingly.
Why I'm saying is because I hardly make new friends. So you can imagine which level. If I'm a level 2, if it's out of 1 in 10,
Yo.
and I'm in level 2, you can just imagine where she is. Lapo, I originally thought she was. That's one thing that
If I am
that
to be
shocked me
honest,
about our marriage.
that is
Actually,
still shocking to me because I think you've mentioned before, but I've always brushed it off.
nah.
Because we know Tando as she's cool.
Yeah. But
I'm
that's
just
the
saying,
thing.
like from the perception of when we were getting to know her, I knew that Tando's cool. If she needs to gather a crowd of people for an event, she's the one to do it. Somebody
Like I feel like with me, my job allows me to like meet up with different people. Like
I get you.
So I if it's the first time seeing somebody and they go, yo, aren't you Verb? And I'm like, yeah. I can sit now, okay, we can have a conversation.
Okay.
But I probably won't start. I can't start a conversation. I can't enter a room and go, yo, what's up? My name is so and so.
Bro, you can't. But I thought by now, to be very honest, with the amount
Nah.
of traveling, the amount of event, the amount of people you've met more
Nah.
people than me.
That's the thing.
I think that's weird. You have
that's
more,
my problem
you have
right there.
traveled more than me. You've met more people.
And
So,
that's my problem right there.
what is your problem?
The problem is, most of the time when I enter a room, it's because I'm probably teaching, right? Or if I'm entering a room, it's probably because I'm going to be competing, right? So now, if I'm entering that room, people know that I'm here to teach that class. So when I enter the room, it's a hey. Now imagine how many conversations when you enter a room, you're gonna have a conversation with 1 or 2 people, right? If I enter a room, I'm gonna have a conversation with 15 or 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I enter a room, I'm not. When I enter a different room, I'm not 100% keen on now getting into the whole thing of like, hey, what's happening? I'm actually happy with the fact that I'm here. I'm chilled. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. If I'm here because we in a meeting, if I'm here because I'm
You
here
have
to learn
celebrity
something,
problems, bro.
loads.
You
of-
have celebrity
loads of-
problems, bro.
Bro, it's like you get tired, bro. It's like
No,
like,
you have celebrity
you get
problems.
it's like music, dog. Like it's like music. I play music every single day. When I get in the car, I am not playing music. I'm not playing music. Where I'm going, I'm going to be playing music. I'm not playing music at
Okay.
all. Honestly,
Yeah, you
it's
have
like,
celebrity problems.
no, Joe. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not even.
I aspire to be at this level.
Nah, Lord. Dog. It's
Walk
not
in a
even
room
like-
and like 50 people already. Yeah.
No, you here to you here to teach. That's the thing. You did when think about it. When are you so good in like talking to or having conversations is because most of the time you're speaking to a client or clients. Am I right? Or or you're speaking to an artist and you're gonna be you meeting this person for the first time. You're gonna be doing something with this person for the first time. You have to create some kind of
You have to build rapport. Otherwise, whatever you're creating is just going to be pop.
Exactly. So most like it's in your system. Like that one is okay. Like you can do it. I mean,
But that's also in your system because if you're meeting a student's parent
not
the first
one.
time, you need to build rapport real quick.
yeah, but it's one parent. It's one parent. It's always mostly for like 2-3 minutes. Hey, how are you, Verb? Yes, I am. That's another thing. Oh, I wanted to start some classes.
So you're telling me if you walk in a room, you don't start conversations, bro?
Hardly, bro. Hardly.
What you talking?
Hardly. Depends. Okay, also, why am I in that room? What's happening? Give me a scenario. What am I doing in that room?
What do you mean? You walk into a coffee shop.
Okay,
you
walk
guys
in the
are
coffee
ordering
shop.
coffee,
See
There's a
somebody.
bunch of you in the queue, and it's just people that are just chilled. You won't say hi. Hey, how's your day, man?
What?
What? What you mean, what, bro? What you
Hey,
mean, what?
bro. If I'm asking someone I don't know how's your day.
What?
I'm asking someone I don't know how's your day.
What? Yo? What? I don't know what to say.
Nah, bro. I don't do that.
I
bro.
actually don't. I
Like,
don't know.
if
Do you,
s-
do
if
you
some-
greet the teller when you're going to pay?
Yeah. Like
I don't believe you,
tellers,
bro.
like tellers, waiters, like that. Like if I'm going, like I'm not rude, but like if
Are you borderline rude? Can someone interpret you as rude if they don't know you?
if they don't know me, they probably can. If they used to, for an example, let's say I enter the room here, right? If I enter the room and there's 5 people, I'll greet the 5 people. I'll sit down. Done. I won't greet the 5 people. Then pull a chair next to someone that I think is friendly and say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Senzo, and you are? Oh, wow, you? I'm not."
Would you do
that.
well at a networking event?
Because the aim is to do that. If I'm going somewhere and I'm the aim is to actually build some networking or build some sort of a connection with somebody, or I'm looking for somebody, then definitely.
But
I will.
ideally, just if it's
Ideally,
just a normal
nah.
room,
Like-
you just
like
get
even-
in, stay. Like yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like
When
I've-
you
honestly,
enter,
I
when you
tried
enter
it.
a lift, a thing. You see Umkulu who's friendly. Do you start a conversation?
I agreed.
Sabona, hi.
Yeah, I agreed.
And it's done, bro.
Yeah, nah, man.
You don't ask how's your day.
Oh, boy. Why? Why? Nah, man, ain't about that life, bro.
What?
Not about that life. I know some people do that, but
Guys, who
That's
else
not
is
me.
not about that life? I'm about that life.
I know you're about that life. I mean, I'm not about that life, man.
Okay, not that there's something wrong with it now, but the way you're saying it, it's like something sinister, bro. There's nothing wrong with just.
No, I'm not saying.
This is life, bro.
Not
This
me-
is the
not
problem
me-
with the social media
Not
generation.
me, I'm not.
You don't interact with people.
I mean, even on social media, I don't go around in people's comments. Hey, man, how you doing? Or getting into people's DMs. I don't even do that.
Okay, the one thing, weirdly enough, the one thing that I don't talk to a lot of people on social media.
And even so, what's up about WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is even worse. In person, though, if in person you have my attention, and that's my difference. My difference is WhatsApp, social media. In person, you have my attention.
Nah, I mean, it depends, dog. Like, I mean, it depends, really. I can't even in a plane, and I remember this one time. I've tried it, and it's cool. Like I've had certain conversations with people, and it's always also like at the end of the conversation was a bit fascinating. Like that person was coming from here is going there. It's cool. This one time I met up with these two old people, like husband and wife, basically.
Yeah.
Grand and umkhulu nje. And there was and I had Crocs on. Yeah, I had Crocs on. So I greeted them. Hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Then the lady was like, oh, where you going? Are you going back home? I'm like, yeah, I'm going back home. Oh, cool. You're in Durban. Yeah. And you? No, I'm going to visit my what's the name?
Grandchildren.
Grandchildren. Hey, isn't there one word for it?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Grandchildren.
Hey. But yeah, I'm going to visit them. They're like, oh, you're wearing Crocs. I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing Crocs. Oh, my kids love that. I also have them as well. But how do you get them to look like that? You know what I mean? And then then they start talking about how their Crocs were there in their times and they're only coming back now. And interests me. I'm like, oh, for real?
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I had no
but
idea
they
that
never
happened
had,
before.
yeah, but they never had these things. But right now they're looking nice, and it's like everything that's out there is like. Everything has been remixed in a way, like everything comes back.
Yeah, they say fashion moves in 20
Yes.
cycles. But that was an interesting conversation. For
Yeah, that was a good conversation, and I enjoyed it. And maybe also one, I'm like, maybe if I start conversation or I start speaking more in like a plane, it'll be great. But then again, it's also nice when I'm sitting down and I'm just because I don't sit and my mind is just silent. Most of the time, I can sit in a plane for 2 hours, and my mind. In that 2 hours, I've thought about 150 things. I've planned out so many
Are
things.
you an overthinker?
And, not over. Yeah, when you say overthink, it sounds bad.
Yo, well, you didn't
I
answer
don't
that.
I don't overthink. I'm the kind of person that if there's silence, whatever I have planned is gonna go over my head, and I'm gonna play it. Then I'm probably gonna I can spend 2 hours typing that whole thing out. By the time I have to maybe do something with the academy or me, I'm done. That's the thing. That moment of silence in that plane for me is good. I need it.
Sonja, you can sit next to your fellow passenger, traveling 12 hours together,
Bro, let me tell you something.
and you just
Bro, it's
hi,
silence.
and you done.
Lapo, my head, it's noisy like crazy. In my head is the hour. I think, man, no, we should do one day. I'm gonna take you. You see, when you have maybe a week of just you off, I want you to go to attend all my classes, right? And I want you to speak. I'm gonna move. You're gonna speak while I'm teaching, and I want you to tell me how you feel the next week. Not even the next week, the Friday. I want you to tell me how you feel the Friday. Now, this is from speaking to a 3-year-old, yes, to speaking to what's going on, man?
Who?
Tobek.
25.
25 to a 25-year-old. Then to still speaking to your wife, you're still gonna go home, you're still gonna speak to your wife, right? You're still gonna be having conversations maybe with the clients or whatever. But all of that in 1 week, and then I want you to tell me how you feel about Friday. I want you to tell on that Monday how you feel.
Let me see.
How you gonna feel? Now remember a 3-year-old now. A 3-year-old, you have 3-year-old Kulman and a 3-year-old for 30 minutes.
I think a group of them. I think that's where the
Eight
first
of them.
problem starts.
8 of them. You say, hey guys, okay, so the song we're gonna use today is gonna be by so and so and so and so. You're just saying it because you know they don't know what it is, but you're just saying it because you have to say it. And you're like, doesn't that sound like a cool song? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then someone picks up their hand. Today, mommy said I can go play with Zara. And I go, okay. All right, so guys, you ready? So here's the first move. Can I have juice? I'm telling you, bro. And you can't ignore the child. Every single thing that the child says, you need to respond. And also say what you need to say and teach what you need to teach.
All right, so we have Shada in the room. I'm going to throw this question. Please put your voice memo on. Keep it on. Might as well. Maximize. It's good to have different-
Is that for me?
No, that's not fair.
Why are you trying to steal gadgets from her, bro?
It's for
Why?
me. It's headphones.
True. Is that for me? Shut up.
So tell me, are you the person like Mongane Liftini, like do you greet and start a conversation? Hey, how are you? How's the day?
Awkward kanjani mina empilweni I can't do that.
You see, no. I can't accept. Why is it always the people that are seemingly extroverts online, and now all of a sudden, now you can go with Red Bull, go to a location where you don't know people, you can MC, and now you're awkward.
That's when I have to. I mean, I'll say hi, but then, like,
also
what's
just
the
as mean as him.
conversation? Like,
It's not being mean.
it's
Oh, you
not
guys are
mean.
mean.
It's not being mean.
Actually, that's a Durban thing. Yes, Leonta, that making like random conversations with people is a Durban thing. Have you noticed? Like, you go other places, they will look at you weird,
Yeah, no
even
one
for
does that.
greeting.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
just mind
one
your
thing. I
business.
spoke to a Canadian yesterday, and I spoke to a Canadian on Sunday. Guess what both of them said?
What?
Like, bro, yesterday the lady was like, I've been in Cape Town for a couple of years. I've been in Joburg, and then you know, one thing I love about Durban is that just the people are friendly. Like, I know people think Cape Town and that, but I promise you, in
Friendly
Cape Town,
in one sense. The fact
like for
that
example,
greeted
the
you.
one sitting next to her said, "My son moved from Durban to Cape Town, and the son said he's doing a pilot license, and he said the people there are just clicky. You ain't just gonna walk in there and greet a group of people and start same thing with the Canadian. It's like you're not just gonna greet a group of people in Joburg and just start a conversation. But in Durban, on the other hand,
I think, okay, here's
you're
the
like,
thing.
hey, how's it? Oh yeah, no, we good. Yeah,
I think for me, it's a starter. Like, I think you mean if someone starts that kind of a conversation and you ignore them or you don't give them attention. But some of us are not starters. You start the conversation. If you start the conversation, we're going to go with it.
But why don't you also start? Why must I always be interested in you? Why can't you be interested in me?
I would be interested. When you
But I
start
always
the
start the conversation. I always ask questions. I always check up how you're doing, what you're up to, what you've been doing, how's studies, how's your family.
Whoa. Now we're talking about people that you know.
joking,
We're talking
I'm
about
I'm
I'm
joking.
talking about strangers.
Oh, what else you get on your match?
But I
Oh,
also want that for myself. I also want that. But yeah, on the other hand. Yeah, but I know. I actually know more about the people in my life than vice
nah.
versa.
You know, you guys in that mind. It's because also you are. Sometimes you need to give people a break to do that. You don't give them that space.
That's true.
You close it.
That's
Ooh,
true.
no, I actually do.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
I
bro.
do.
You don't.
You know why? Because when
You
I'm
don't.
quiet, when I walk into a room and I'm quiet, instead of people asking the questions, they're like, "Hey, bro, what's wrong? You okay?"
No,
It's like,
I'm not.
no,
So,
kinda, I'm just
no, I'm not.
And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about even I can be like, "Hey, how are you?" No. After I'm done, I'll just keep quiet. Like, okay, I find out what's happening with you. But
Yeah.
it's not like the day's over. But you won't reciprocate. I didn't close the door.
Nah, you don't.
But you won't
that's
reciprocate.
okay. Number one. I meant as in, like, let's say you are asking a lot. Like, it's okay. Hey, how you doing, man? Just checking up on you, right? Things are good. Maybe you ask the next 2 weeks. Hey, man, how are things? And you are okay, cool. Fine, you've asked that maybe twice, right? I'm saying you're not giving it. Give it that couple of days, like, and chill. There's a lot of times, I will tell you personally, there's a lot of times where I've thought about you and I'm like, hey man, let me hit up Umawanda. I'm like, let me hit him up tomorrow. That day, Umawanda sends me a message. Hey bro, how you doing? Is everything fine? I'm done with it. I'm like, it's a great bit. Right now, how's things going? I'm my shit in, but no, I can't even. You know what I mean?
No, but you can. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but I'm saying, yes, but in the conversation, I'm gonna ask what I'm asking. But what I'm saying is that now I didn't get a chance to start it and be the one to say it.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'm saying by that little gap. You must just forget about me for a little bit.
Why?
Maybe you have to do that so that you can get that. So you can get that. So you can get that me calling you first. That's what I mean.
But I'm not that person. Like for example, Shada, I see Shada once a week, right?
Yeah.
When I see her, that's the opportunity I have to be like, hey, how are you? How's coming? I always ask you. I always check up on you. Almost all the time.
But look at
I'll
that.
Ask, no. Afterwards, the
but
conversation is off. I'm done. I found out how she's doing, and I'm interested. I'm not doing it because I'm putting a facade. I'm interested.
Yes.
Into how she's doing.
But
that's done.
But
That's
what
done.
are the chances of Ushada also thinking in that time? Like, okay, make bona. We are talking, everyone's having a conversation. Probably Ushada, while Nani, she's actually finding out about you.
Yeah, maybe our
Oh,
styles of checking up are different.
When are you very, you
maybe,
want to
yeah.
know, you want to
Yeah, like-
find out. And some of us in the conversation,
If I care about you, that's how I'm gonna find out.
Yes,
If I
but-
don't ask, I can't assume. Just now something happens and it's like I didn't know he was going through this.
But you know what's another thing? No one's gonna say like we have a conversation now, like we're talking like this. No one is gonna like randomly now when you ask me how am I doing, and I'm gonna say, hey man,
bruh, yeah.
how many chances of man, things are good, you know, up and
That's
down,
true.
but things are good. How are things for you? Say Dulil.
Okay, yeah, it depends.
Some of us run away from that. From that, I know. If you shut down, how's things, man? It's not in depth as
No,
how.
I get that. I
As-
think with a group of people, also it's easier to say that, and I do get that.
Yeah.
But when it's just two people, then also my demeanor will be different. Because I don't know, that's just the person I am.
Yeah.
Because Mina, I think with the busy life, my subconscious or my default is if I meet up with Usenzo and we're alone,
Yeah.
you'll notice that the conversation will be different when we're with people. Because then I'll be, instead of asking, hey man, how are you doing? You'll say that I'm good, then I'll actually ask, yeah, what do you, then you'll be like, nah, then I'll also share, nah. But like when there's three of us, I'm not going to go like in there. I will find out about the other things, but in terms of like what's really happening.
But also you must also watch out that you don't do it in a way that can seem like it's a checklist.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Guti, maybe it comes off like that, but for me,
Hey,
it's
that's
a genuine thing because I'm like, okay, I might have not called you in the last 2 weeks. I might have not checked up on you, and it's not a checklist. It's me genuinely being interested in you, not because it's a checklist. No,
Yeah.
it's because Verb is my bro. I'm not gonna do this to the whole world. No. I'm genuinely interested in Usain or his life, and I'm not asking because I want to tick a box and be like, okay, bye bye. No. Chances are, honestly, chances are I'll find out something and we'll pray about it. If you tell me about something, yeah, I might not be public now, bro. During this, I'm praying about you.
Yeah.
No, I will. I'll add in my prayer list. Hey, Lord, Verb is trusting you for this, and no.
Yeah.
So for me, it's that. But I also do get what you're saying, Uti. Maybe for some people that comes off as a checklist.
Yeah, it honestly can. Like, anyways, we're almost out of time. We need to run past the letter that we have, and it's so cool that Usha does it. Actually.
Yeah, nice. Hey, we're gonna get some nice opinions here.
All right.
Let's get this later. Let's go.
We actually have two. I think the other one we'll save it for next week.
Yeah, let's say for next week.
Okay, so letter number 1 says, topic is I want to date my brother's friend. All right. So, my name is Onku. I'm 24 years old. I need help. My brother has a friend that I really like, and we vibe. We've been vibing for years and been close since childhood. Recently, our feelings towards each other have been growing. We've also had a couple of moments, in inverted commas. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? All right.
Hey.
My brother would never approve because he's spoken about how irresponsible his friend is. He's spoken about how he's dated so many good girls and just played them. He says he loves him, but can never trust him with relationships. From chatting to him, I think he's just not been with the right person. I think this is him saying like the friend, yeah. Me and the guy had spoken before about being together, but we always imagine how my brother would disapprove or react. How can I handle the situation? I want to try things out, but I also don't want to make things awkward between my big brother and his friend. He's a big brother.
Bro, I mean, you're supposed to go easy on this one. Now this. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
When you don't mind having one of your friends dating your sisters.
What you talking? What you talking?
Okay, maybe like you guys are like, older
you
brothers
talking?
like that? Like, how would you guys feel?
I'm a little brother, right?
Yeah, you're a little brother, but I feel like you are older brother figure to a lot of people.
All
if that makes
right.
sense.
A
Yeah.
friend.
Like,
What you talking?
I think the issue is that when you know the problem is when you know your friend. That's the thing.
That's
Is when you know your friend. Like
hayi bo badala labantu
Nah,
umuntu
nah, nah.
akazenzela ama-mistake akhe nomngani wakho uzobe disrespect if they don't do right by your sister knowing
but that's
that
what you're trying to
your sister.
protect them.
That's what you're trying to protect.
Because you know, Guti, you know what he's gonna do. You know how things might end up, and you know how you're gonna react. You know, so it'll definitely piss you off. I personally think.
While you're discussing, let me revive some memory on the other camera. I know this one is still moving, but yeah, you personally think I'm still here?
I personally think that she must just forget about it. She must crush them. It's over. She must just forget about it. There's no. Also, the friendship between the two, man. Like, hey, there's two things that always ruin relationships for guys: money and girls. Always. So Jay, she's gonna mess things up. She's gonna definitely mess things up.
Sam, what about love wins, conquers all? Okay, what happens if let's say you were the older brother, right?
Yeah.
And she goes on to do it. What is your next move? What's your
My
move?
next move.
Yes.
Bamba ngendlela. Where I see her, if I see her in any restaurants, Bamba ngendlela, I'm keeping endlini. Nah, man. Like I think, you know, when you have a close friend and umuntu omaziyo, like what they do we know guys. We know how guys can be. It's like this thing that guys have. They have a fear of having a daughter first, or just having a daughter, because they know what they've done, and they know how guys think, and the fact that karma can hit them. So now when karma's gonna hit you, or you just already know how this guy thinks, and now this person's gonna be with your sister. Nah, man.
Do you think it's different when it comes with age?
Like, as in the older you get.
Yeah. Think about it. You guys are now 32. You and your best friend, sister's about 28. Do you think there's some form of like, okay, shucks, okay, older is
Bro,
I think
you know how you see this thing? Let's think about this. Let's think about if this person, this friend of yours,
yeah.
everywhere you go, they're pointing at a different girl, for an example. That's hot. Like, oh my gosh, that girl. Oh my god. They're speaking to different girls every time you guys go out. They always speaking to different girls. This same person that was doing this 2 weeks ago, right? Your sister tells you that they want to have a relationship with them.
Okay, so is this the case with?
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, but okay, that I get. But in this case, what is it? The text is saying that the brother knows his friend, and his friend hasn't been doing good by girls. But the girl is saying she knows the friend.
yeah.
And it's just that he hasn't been with the right
He hasn't
person.
been, hasn't
She
seen the right
feels
person.
she's the right person.
How
are you laughing?
What's her name? No, akabaza bafana ngeke.
Why? What? Support your sister now.
That's shaky, hey? The
Support his
friend
sister.
knows his friend better than she knows the friend.
But
Like the brother knows his friend better
But the
than
tough
she
thing
knows
now,
the friend.
Pilla, is Ruzi, you know when people are at the age where, because Pilla, when you're all speaking exclusively, this guy is hitting the points.
Yeah,
This
I
guy
thi-
is saying that he's doing the things. The flowers is coming in. This guy is.
It's
rolling
probably
out.
like that.
Yeah, and so now what the brother is saying and what you're experiencing is like, I hear you, but I think you're still looking at your friend from a high school perspective. We're not in high school no more.
Yeah.
This guy is hitting the points, man.
Is that the brother shouldn't stop them. You can play an advisory role, but at the end of the day, there's nothing that you can do because this thing is between these two people.
But it's not between them
Okay.
two now.
I
It's a loyalty.
Yeah, man. Now I'm involved as a big brother as well.
Yeah.
Because if something happens to you in terms of being heartbroken, or if you're not at home and mom and dad are asking, hey man, so and so has changed, I'm not seeing them. Where I know the backstory. I know the lies even. I know what's going on.
Do you think it's better when it's not a close friend, when it's somebody you know? But okay, obviously, the context here is that it's a close friend.
Yeah.
But I do think it's better when it's not a close friend.
When it's not.
Yes, when it's somebody on Mazio, I don't think so, bro.
Yes, it
'Cause
is.
that's gonna take-
Yes, it is. So you can say no.
Okay, yes. Okay, it is. When it's a close friend, it's that. It's the same no.
Yeah, I think this guy. I think the guy, the big brother, should don't go myself the big brother first. Let him know. Listen, on a date, so and so, right? I know you don't. I know you're not going to approve. I know it. I don't want to do it behind your back. So, can you examine him for the next month or two?
But you see, that's the problem. That it's not. That's the problem. It's not gonna happen like that.
How is it going to happen? Oh, they're going to see each other.
Yeah, because you see, this is the thing. Because obviously, I also have sisters. I think the ideal situation is for them to take advantage of you as a brother to say, "Guti, can you examine the situation?" But I don't think that's always the case, because once they've made up their minds and once the feelings are involved, we don't want to know. But unfortunately, not realizing is that you are assets and you can help. But the emotions are leading first.
Yeah.
So if the emotion is leading first, and I would say, no man, my brother's an asset. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have the honesty of,
Yeah.
yo, hey, I know you know this person. Can you examine? But now I'm gonna be calm. I'm like, okay, the approach is dope. You know, unfortunately, even if the guy is good and Bengzoti no, my honor will force me to say, hey, you know what? You're honest about it.
Yeah.
You know, give it a. Yeah,
You think so? You think you wouldn't feel uncomfortable still, even if you know it's okay? He's not that bad of a guy, and you've taken the time to
I
look
would
at
feel
him.
uncomfortable. 100%. But also, I might still feel uncomfortable with somebody I don't know. Lana, the best case scenario, because I'm about cooler at the end of the day. The best case scenario is just the fact that at least she came to you, you did your groundwork, and now I'm also able to, hey, listen, I'm not saying this person is perfect. I'm not saying this, look out for A, B, C, and D. But at least you came for some information, and am I comfortable with it? Hey, I might not be. But I can't now stop you and like live in a fairy tale world as if you're not gonna date. But at least this way you came, yeah, bro.
Let's give him 3 months. Me, I'd say, all right, don't tell him you told me.
Don't tell who.
Don't tell the friend that you told me. There might be something happening between the two of you.
Okay.
Right? From my side, I say, don't date him, don't do anything. It's either you listen to me or you don't. Right? But
right.
I'm saying don't do it. Then me, as a big brother, I'll still be friends. I'll still be friends. I'll be like, yo, bro, look at that girl right there, man. I think you should talk to her,
he's
man.
not gonna change until he tells you.
That's the thing. He won't act different. Like you're his friend. Like,
Yeah, he's not gonna act different
Aye.
until he tells you.
That's the problem. Like for me, you have to start changing. You have to start changing. I need to see a change in you without even knowing what it is. If I see that you've changed, if I see you talking less about women, if I see that maybe you're even respecting women more, if I see that your conversations, the lingo is just a little bit different, you're still my friend. But when it comes to girls and relationships, you've changed a little bit. Then for me, that'll be a sign of that. Okay, this person has some kind of an influence in you, and you may be serious. But if you're still the same, even if you just trying to stay the same, you're gonna play with my sister. You're gonna play with my sister.
I think you know what's also the challenge about this. I think a very few relationship. I think when it works out for the better. A friend turned a spari, you know, it's that best cool. But I think the opposite of it is that I don't think a lot of relationships survive that, and I think that's where the challenge is.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked you, do you think it's better when they're older? Because then maybe the context is there's some form of seriousness and some form of settling down, and if it doesn't work...
Worst case scenario, if it's still the same. The guy is still the same, and you're like, hey, man, some data still you understand the friendship is done, dude.
No, it's done.
That's going to piss you off even more.
No, it's done. It's done. It's gone. I think that's where the challenge is. It's done.
Nah, man.
Okay, for you, for you as a girl, your brother comes to you, but you are but when they together, hey, the girl is, Hey, you know, women are very good with that. Hey, the girl is softy good. Hey, what do you say?
I don't think it would be as like you guys feel. It feels like you guys are saying you have the ability to say no. I don't think as women we'd be able to do that. Like I'd advise the bro and be like, okay. I mean, okay, if you like, you could allow my son, but I wouldn't be able to like stop it. I don't think I'd
Would
be
you?
like, I hamba chuba.
Emma, where's another thing? Would you be a bad friend to say? That's another thing I'm thinking. Is like, would I be a bad? I'm being a good brother, but now I'm not being a bad friend now. Because now I low key don't believe in.
I think you're being a good friend because it's something that involves the both of you. It's like there's a common party, so you have to play both sides. And if both sides means that if your friend is not good with women, he's not good with women. Just that's being a good friend. I'm being straight up with you.
Man.
I don't trust you because this is your track
There's
record.
millions of women, man. You must leave my sister. We'll find another one.
Okay, but we need to give advice now. So we need.
I'm still.
Thoughts around the table. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is, do not engage. Aye, serious. Do not engage. Tell your brother. Your brother must check him out. See if he's
The brother
changed.
doesn't know, ne?
Huh?
Right now, the brother doesn't know.
Nah, he doesn't know. Just let the brother know. But yeah, then brother, man, you must do the things, man. Just see if this guy is ready to be in a relationship with your sister.
Shucks, man. It also depends how close a friend. I think it sounds weird, but the closer the friend, the harder it is. That's my context.
Yeah. We don't know at what level.
Yeah, you think Uguti, the closer the friend, the easier it is. But no, it's the closer the friend, the harder it is. The harder is like,
That's
this
when you
changes
know.
our dynamic.
That's
a
when you know.
lot.
You
That
know.
It changes our dynamic too. Yeah, when it's a close friend, but it's like, it's not the first 3 people you'd call if you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But if it's the first 3 people you're calling, it's that close. That changes the whole dynamic. What do you say? Yeah.
I'm saying, like, listen to the advice. Don't like shut the advice off, but also do what your heart tells you. Go get your man, but also listen to the advice. Be woke.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man, this is a tricky one. Yes. I do think speak to your brother. I do think speak to your brother. And I also agree with it, tell your brother this is what's happening and this is what you're thinking and whatever, this is what you're feeling. Do you mind checking him out? Find out how he's feeling. Let him also have a platform to, if he's upset at the time, let him have a platform to say what he wants to say. But best believe if it's a brother and you guys love each other, you will get to sit down again and you'll be like, you know what, I was upset when you told me. Okay, so what are you saying here? What are you thinking? I do think that after that first blow, because we guys, but I think after you're like, okay, this is my sister, man, and there is gonna be that. But I also do think give your brother grace because this might challenge his relationship with his friend.
Exactly.
Which is where the challenge comes in. Which you guys might be lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But them as a friend, it's gonna be different for him.
He saw him first, man. Leave the guy.
Yeah, bro?
Yeah. Trying to ruin a good thing, man.
Trying to ruin a good thing.
I actually have noticed that guys are super serious about their friendships. Yeah, that's true. Shame.
Listen, you're going to hide those emotions.
Yeah.
You're going to find a casket. Put
Yeah.
them in, forget I even
Just
have a
forget
sister.
about
Look at
it.
her as a brother.
Yeah. He's your brother.
Yeah, look at her as your brother. Yeah, just change your mindset totally.
Oh, man.
But I think, the context of the message made it tricky because there was a background of the guy was saying that the guy is not good.
Yeah, he knows him, yeah.
But now the tricky part is what happens if it's a best friend and the guy is good? Do you think it's still just as hard?
That's what I was asking. Does that change anything?
For me, it does. I think if that's the case, then yeah, that's cool. If it's a good guy, if it's a great guy, because sometimes you can be friends with someone and you know he's a douchebag. This guy is just horrible, but he's your friend. Like you love the fact that he's like that. Like I have a friend that's a real. It can be a douchebag. He does things, and I'm like, yo. That's what I'm saying. They mustn't do this. They mustn't engage in this thing. Because
No,
there's
no,
a
it's
high
good
chance.
guy. It's a good guy.
Or if it's a good guy.
No, Shooty, no, it's a good guy. It's a good
See,
guy.
if it's a good guy, he probably can handle this thing in a mature way, in a good way.
Do you think when the breakup happens, it might test the...
The friendship between you and him.
Yeah, just...
Nah, I don't think so. I think it would make things awkward between the three of them. Like probably they won't be able to be together somewhere or go somewhere together. You know, maybe that might be the issue. If there's a family thing, there might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
where does
But
now the ex is
yo,
coming.
but
And now the ex...
I think if it's just relationship like this, like them between the two of them, it'll be fine. But if it's a douchebag guy, the relationship is not gonna work out afterwards.
Because now you also have to think of your sister. You can't just invite her.
Yeah.
Because when you also find out how they broke up,
Yeah, you probably would be like, I knew this. I thought he wasn't gonna do it, but he did it. Yeah.
do you know of people that have been through this? No.
Man, offense, we have to close this thing. We need to go to a show.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we need to
okay,
go to
all
a
right.
show.
Hey, the way you're asking me.
We need to go to a show, man. Otherwise,
Are you sure? Are you sure? You don't know people who do this? The way you answered it was
Leave
very...
me.
I will leave you though. I will leave you. Guys and Friend Podcast. Follow us on Instagram.
yes.
Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Why aren't you on Spotify
Subscribe.
and Apple Music and Apple Podcasts?
Man is gonna put us on Spotify and Apple Music. He's gonna put us on.
How many episodes down the line and we're still not there?
I know we're gonna be there, guys. Don't worry. You can listen to us as you're driving, as you're just working, wherever you're gonna.
Shout out
be.
to Shada.
Yeah.
Slaughter. It's good to have you.
Our Slaughter. Yeah. Don't forget to tune in on Underground Radio every Wednesday at 12 p.m.
Washa.